Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. You ever shoot like a 15-20 minute video? Think that's pretty good? And then turn it off? And when turning it off, you're actually turning it on and it was never turned on in the first place? When I started this video, about a half hour ago, I was sweating. I think it was more dramatic. I've cooled down. I've been sitting here talking to you for 20 minutes, drinking ice water. Oh, Lord. All right. Do y'all remember about a year ago when I said I was going to run another ultra marathon, a 100-mile race, had it picked out, paid for it, $200 something. Well, I ended up not doing that, as most of you who are following that know. And the reason why, long story short, I went too long in the last take on it, was because I hurt my knee. And it just didn't recover in time for me to put the miles in that one needs to log in order to successfully complete a 100-mile race. Bottom line, stuff happens. The reason I hurt my knee is because soon after I started training for this race, the Millennial Man was running up and down my road with his plate carriers on and his combat boots, being a Marine, and I thought, I used to do that, I can do that, and so I went and did that, even shot a video on it. It was a cool video, had a great time, hurt my knee. Didn't get better, went to the doctor a month and a half ago because I was starting to get a little worried about it. And he goes, yeah, man, you've just abused your knees your whole life, jumped out of too many airplanes. It is what it is. Take aspirin, drive on, suck it up, buttercup. And we had the discussion, and he's a military doctor, so he deals with a lot of bad knees and feet, right? And we had the discussion, so am I gonna do damage to myself by running on this knee? He's like, nope, the damage is done. Will you do more damage? Yeah, maybe a little bit, but as far as, you hurt, yes, you can go run. Ice it, take Tylenol, those kinds of things. And I've been putting that off for a while, for a couple weeks, just for various reasons, excuses. And today I decided, all right, time to start again. And so I'm trying to motivate you with my motivation, bring you along with it, right? And so today I ran. I call it running. Some people would call it extremely fast walking. The airborne shuffle, whatever. For about 25 minutes only, not at a hard pace. I mean, I was breathing a little hard. I was sweating a lot because it's getting hot here now. But mostly I was just trying to, let's put this one in the bag, get the body used to it, and we can keep on going, for weeks on hand. And then I did push-ups, and I did sit-ups, and I did stretching and calisthenics and that kind of thing. That's me. Now, when an emergency happens, Tiawaki, SHTF, forest fire, you got caught up in the tsunami, whatever, you can really only count on three things. You can't really count on your EDC because it might be the day you left it, or it fell out of your pocket, or your pants fell off, I don't know, work with me here. You can't count on the stuff in your car, or your bug out bag, or this, that, and the other thing. You can count on three things, and those are the things you inherently bring with you. And the first one, since that's what we're kind of talking about today, is physical fitness, right? What are you bringing to the table? Because once the emergency happens, that's no time to start doing push-ups and jogging around your block a couple times. It's too late. You're as strong as you're going to be, and deal with it, right? The other one is your mental abilities. How smart are you? Can you figure this problem out? Do you know how to fix this thing? Do you know how to deal with this situation? Mental. And again, what you bring to the table is what you have at that point. Now is not the time to crack the book. It's like I did a video recently about a first aid kit. I think putting first aid books in first aid kits is stupid. I think it's a waste of space. You ought to put more gauze in there, because first aid is first aid. We don't have time to be reading a book about what to do, right? It's like putting a survival manual in a bug out bag. You should already know this stuff. It's like putting an edible plants guide in a bug out bag. You should already know what the edible plants are in your area. You ain't got time for that. So mental, what do you got locked in here? And then the third one is spiritual. What's in your heart? Now, you know me, Pastor Joe Fox. I think the most important aspect of anybody, and it is with me, is my personal relationship with the Father, right? If you ain't got that, you got nothing. I get a lot of people on YouTube who go, "You talked the whole video, 15 minutes, didn't mention Jesus one time." Right, because this is Viking preparedness, and I talk about things like that. Your relationship with the Most High is your relationship. It's not mine. Work on that. Also in heart, in spirit, is your stick-to-itedness, your morale, your drive on, your never quit, never say die ability. Again, these things aren't developed overnight. The way you develop a no-quit mentality, I'm going to do this no matter what. I'm going to get this done if I've got to crawl through 3 miles of barbed wire and broken glass, is to do hard things continuously. Never allow yourself to wimp out. I got to do it. I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. I know it's thunderstorming. I'm doing it anyway. Arr. I want to talk about physical fitness. Don't turn off the video. A chunk of y'all, Vikings, are more physically fit than am I. And I say, good on ya. Good. A bunch of you are about as physically fit as I am, right? And a good chunk of you are not physically fit. Because if you're not as physically fit as me right now, you're not physically fit. Because honestly, I know what physically fit is, and I'm not physically fit right now, and it's starting to bug me again. Right? So, hard, cold facts. Truth is there. It doesn't matter how tall you are, and how much you weigh. What matters is what you look like in the mirror. I think one of the best physical fitness tools would be a full-length mirror outside of the shower in your bathroom. So that when you get out in your glory, in all your glory, you can look at yourself. Even better would be a 3-way mirror, so you can see side angles and front angles, turn around, look at the back angle. How do you look? It is what it is. You know what we're supposed to look like as humans, ideal humans. And so we should all strive to look like that. It's about more than how you look. I'm talking about your physical fitness and your ability to get stuff done. And so there's that. What to do? If you're fitter than me, you're probably working out and you have a good idea. If you're as fit as me, you probably have a good idea and you're just like being lazy, like I have been. So go work out. If you're not as fit as me, you're not working out. And different people are motivated by different things. I get that. Me, personally, I get motivated when I see someone better at something than I am. Because my brain kicks in and it's like, I want to do that. I can do that. I can do that better than they are. That's my brain. That's how I'm wired. When I see an ultra fit, CrossFit man or woman doing something, doing some exercise or activity or something, that impresses me. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. And I not only want to do that, I can do that with the proper amount of effort and work. And that motivates me. I realize for some people, seeing, some Adonis person, that's not me, is crushing. I'll never be that way. I'm 150 pounds overweight already. I got 2 bad knees. Of course you do. You're 150 pounds overweight. And I'll never get there, so why bother? Give me some more Doritos and another juicy, sugary beverage, right? I get that. Some people look at fit people and instead of drawing inspiration from them, they make excuses. Well, they're paid to work out, or they don't have any kids, or they have a job where they get to work out in their job. They're a beach lifeguard, or so they make excuses, and so because of those excuses, that's them, this is me, I can't get fit. I'll go back to my sedentary life kind of thing. Here's the thing. Almost all of us can get better at all three things: physical, mental, spiritual, fitness. I don't think any of us have peaked. And the better we are at those three things, and I'm focusing mostly on physical because I worked out today, the better we are at those three things, the better prepared we are to deal with what life throws at us. You know, when my wife got pregnant with our first child, at the time she got pregnant, she was preparing for a 30-day Boulder Outdoor Survival course, Boulder Outdoor Survival School course in the desert of Utah. And she was running and lifting weights and carrying a rucksack 2 times a week up a Koli Pass in the mountains. Her feet were getting tough. She was mentally tough because she was pushing herself to do hard things when she didn't really feel like it. And then she got pregnant and couldn't go because first trimester is very important. It's probably not a good time to go lose weight and become dehydrated in the desert. But I tell you what, being that fit going into her pregnancy was really good for her, right? And it would be really good for us to encounter something difficult when we're already fit. And so I encourage you to start working out. Take an hour of your day, just an hour of your day. That includes the shower, right? So that's not too much. You can do that. Either get up earlier or dedicate an hour at the end of the day. For most people, might not be you, but for most people, doing it first thing in the morning is easier, as opposed to when the woes of the day are upon you at the end of the day. For some people who have the ability to do so because of their work situation, doing it at lunch is an option. That's when I used to work out, at lunch. Whatever, you find your time. And in an hour, you can make some significant progress. Go move your body, run, walk, jog, it doesn't matter, but put effort into it. At the end of it, you should be breathing hard and sweaty. These people, I see people walking, it's better than nothing, but I see these people walking, I used to, at lunchtime, like, a group of women or men. A couple things characterized their walk. One, they were all overweight. 2, most of them had a beverage in their hand, which was probably not water. 2, they were all moving way too slow and chit-chatting way too much. Whoever said you should be able to carry on a conversation while you're doing this is wrong. You shouldn't. It should be mildly uncomfortable to talk, to carry on a long conversation. I mean, going, hey, you want to turn right up here? Yeah, that's good. That's okay. But going, hey, so what do you think about the chances that Trump's going to get reelected? That's you're not working hard enough. Go. And go at that rate is different for different people, right? For some of you, it may just be walking. It's hard to do that. Okay, well then go walk. The thing is, you're not competing with anybody except who you were yesterday. You're not competing with me. You're not competing with an ultra runner or a weightlifter or a CrossFitter or whatever. You're competing against yourself, and not only yourself, but who you were yesterday. Do better today than yesterday. Do more. Work your body. And so, if you can, go run. At least 20 minutes, right? If you can't run, jog. If you can't jog, walk fast. If you can't walk fast, walk. Heck, even some old geezer on oxygen with a walker could go ka-tunk, ka-tunk for 20 minutes. So, somewhere in there, you fall in there, right? Go do it. If you are grossly overweight or out of shape, go see your doctor, right? Talk to your doctor. But here's the thing, people make it too hard. They make the whole thing too hard. You don't have to, the vast majority of you, do not have to warm up before you exercise. You don't have to stretch before you exercise. Just start going. Just start walking or jogging or light running. If you're gonna start doing wind sprints right away from the beginning, well then you already know about warming up and stretching out, right? But if you're the average person, just start moving your body. Today, because this is the second time I'm shooting this. So hopefully I'm not repeating myself to you on this video. Today I ran about 20-25 minutes, slowly, very slowly. And then I did push-ups and sit-ups, stretching and light calisthenics. That's it. Nothing too big. I wanted to make it fun so that I'll do it again tomorrow, right? I wasn't dying, but I was sweating. Like I said, when I shot the first video, I was all sweaty. I thought it looked cool. I'm not going to fake it and go spray myself with a mister. But that's what I did today. And it wasn't brutal. It wasn't a brutal workout. I didn't roll over and throw up. I'm not ready for that yet. And probably neither are you. But you don't have to. Just at the end of your working out, you know, like in the next year, you want to be fast. You want to be strong. You want to be flexible. You want to have endurance. You want all the things. Right? You want to be a well-rounded athlete, because well-rounded athletes can get a lot of stuff done. And someday you may have to get a lot of stuff done, and you're not going to have time after the event to get ready to do it. What are you bringing to the table, right? So go do what you can do. Don't make excuses. Don't tell me about your bad knees and your type 1 diabetes and this, that, and the other thing. Hey, it's not up to me to solve your problems. You got to solve your problems. Figure it out. You know, I can't really motivate you. Motivation comes from within. You have to motivate yourself. So decide what you want and go for it. You can do it. You really can. You can do it. You really can do it. You can get so much better than you are. So can I. You just have to decide that's what you want, right? And I think that's a good thing to want. Get stronger physically, mentally, and spiritually. Become the whole man or woman, the whole person. It's beautiful weather. Get out there and do it. I hope you take some motivation from this. Let it churn in your own engine and burst forth and become the fully self-actualized man or woman that is lurking inside of you. All right. I'll see you out there.